All right. Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you with another edition of Stout Sunday. Cheers to all the mothers out there who may be watching. Happy Mother's Day. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Sorry we're late, but we were having a very intense off-air conversation. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with Alex, the beer master up in New Jersey. What stout do you have this morning, Alex?
This morning I had the Keys double shot espresso stout. I've never had this before. I'm looking forward to trying it. So, and it's the ABV is 11% by volume. So, as you just said, John, earlier, this will be a delicious beer. Great morning this morning with a good beer.
It's always good to start your morning off with that 11% goodness. And Robert, the Whiskey Scout, also has the Keys Double Shot Espresso Stout, so it'll be very interesting to see what you two think of it. All right, so Jeremy Vinson, what are you drinking this morning, buddy?
I'm drinking the Founders Porter. It's a 6.5 ABV, 45 IBUs, and I've drank them. I've never reviewed it on the this channel before, so.
All right, good deal. One of the best porters I've ever had. It's a great beer there. All right, Mr. Nitro, Louisiana Nitro Stout Reviews. What do you got this morning?
Okay, it looked like things were locking up for a moment on your hangout.
Oh, could you not hear me?
Maybe it was me, but it looked like you were locking up for a second. Yeah, it was like getting gummed up, but I know StreamYard's been having some problems lately. Okay, so Young's Double Chocolate Stout, 5.2% alcohol. Don't know how long it's been on the market. It's a stout brewed with real chocolate and natural chocolate flavor added. Okay, and it's 5.2% alcohol. So here we go. You hear that?
Does it have a widget in it? It's got a widget in it?
Yeah, it went. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't know they had the widget in there.
Yeah, they do. It's not. I
like
it. It's nice.
That thing was hissing away. Now look at that cascade. It's got that reverse cascade. Oh boy, I bought this at Martin
right
Wine. I know, right? I bought it at Martin Wine Cellar in Metairie, Louisiana, and it's going to build up that nice, heavy cream, so to speak. Somebody's got a beer called Heavy Cream type thing. So there you go, boy.
It looks like chocolate milk.
All right. And Robert, the Whiskey Scout, I kind of ruined the you've got the Keys there. Anything you want to disclose about it before we go on to Michael with what he's got?
Only like I mentioned earlier, it has that little line that says EBU EB 30, EBC 110, and so Ron says their European bitterness units would be the 30. I have no clue what the EBC would be. It's made with Cascade. Oh, this is per the back. Cascade Bramling Cross in pale smoke, pale crystal malts. This is what the hops are. So whatever.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. Pale smoke and the pale crystal are the barley. The Cascade Bramling Cross is the hops because it's got the little hop and then the little barley. They label they have a very good way of putting a lot of information with symbols and things like that. Ingredients: water, barley malt, hop, sugar, coffee, and yeast, and that's all that's in there. I mean, they keep it all very well.
I like how they put the ingredients on there. That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got a port.
All right, so right, go ahead and do that. We gotta go to Michael Kormoff and hear what he's drinking this morning.
Okay, so this
is
my last North Carolina stout. Fair Waters Cream Milk Stout, 5% ABV from Smoky Mountains, North Carolina. And I've been really pleased for the most part with almost all the beers my cousin sent me. and the stouts have been a good example of quality beers made in North Carolina. So I'm hoping this one will be up to it, and I can actually show it in the glass. I have poured it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Come around to me, I will give a description.
All right. So what I've got today is called the Dirty Dirty. It is a chai coffee milk stout. Comes in at 8% ABV. Not sure what the IBUs are. This is another beer from Georgia. It is Three Taverns Craft Brewery, which is out of Decatur. They've been around, I think, since 2011, somewhere in that range. They've been around for a while, and they make pretty good beers. They make a lot of stouts. So I'm excited to try this one. Really quick, I want to go to the chat. Thanks to Craft Beer Pours, Nina. She's been kind of hanging out with us lately. Nina, if you have a stout and you want to join, just let me know. I know you're not in some of the groups we're in, so if you want a link and you want to join, I can post the link right in the chat for you. And cheers to our buddy Jeremy, who's also in the chat. Okay, so we are going to go back around, starting with Alex, the beer master. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that Keys double shot espresso stout?
I could tell you this much: when you first open up the beer, it hits you in your face once you open up the beer, and once you start pouring it, it smells like a roasty chocolate coffee beer. Kind of smells a little bit burnt, but it smells pretty good. Oh yeah, you can smell a little bit of alcohol, but most of all, you can just smell the coffee and stuff like that. Is this going to be sweet? I don't know, but smells like it's going to be a little sweet. So it's nice and dark, nice black, jet black. You cannot see it at all. So let's give this a shot, shall we?
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
We shall.
All right. Go for it. Cheers.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
That's exactly what the stuff tastes so good. It actually tastes exactly what the smell and the coffee. Very, very delicious. A little bit of not too bitter, so that's good. Yeah, that's very, very smooth. Very, very smooth for 11% beer. There's actually it actually doesn't even have an alcohol burn. I feel a little bit, but it's smooth going down.
That's good.
That's 11%, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's smooth going down. I'm going to keep sipping on this. This is tasting very delicious. I think I might get this again.
Sounds good.
All right. And let's see. Well, we'll go in order. I was going to go to Robert, but we'll just go around. That way he can think about it a little bit more. We'll go to Jeremy with his Founders Porter.
I'm just sitting here looking down at it.
I saw that, so I was like, well, he could wait a few more minutes. We'll go to Jeremy. All right, go for it, Jeremy.
Founders Porter, 6.5%, 45 IBUs. Let's go to the appearance is totally dark. So another like a one finger khaki head on it, tan color. Let's go with the nose on it. All right, I'm getting the chocolate, the malts, slight bit of caramel, and just overall sweetness on this one.
Cheers, Jeremy.
All right, I'm going for a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers
That is
to you.
smooth. Definitely getting a slight coffee. You know, the roasted malts really coming out in this. And the sweetness, though, it's a real level playing field on that with the sweetness and the bitterness. Definitely getting a little bit of bitterness with this. Very good. One of the better porters I've drank. So I'll give you my ratings coming up. And happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Let me see. Yeah, everything's running a little slow. Sorry, guys. I'm clicking things, but it's delayed. Okay, so we'll come back around to you.
Here's a suggestion.
Yeah.
Here's a suggestion. Here's how I alleviated that problem for the most part. Drop it from high def to regular definition. It'll still broadcast in at least 720 on YouTube, but it won't gum up because it uses up so much bandwidth on this stinking streamer. If you drop it to low def, it'll work. It'll unfreeze it.
Okay.
I bet you.
I think I've already done that, but I'll check here in just a sec. Okay. Oh, and Vanessa Kitty, by the way, says she better not open her dragon's milk yet. Why not? Go for it, Vanessa. We're all doing it. So if Alex and Robert, the Whiskey Scout, can drink at 11%, you can handle that 11% dragon's milk.
Yeah, I'm drinking 11% beer before in the morning. So with you guys,
she's cleaning her house. It'll help her clean her house. That 11% will inspire you to clean better. Ron,
you'll coast right on through.
You'll be fine.
Ron knows about a guy that drank a few 11% beers and then cleaned his truck really good, but didn't have any recollection of it. So
you'll be fine.
With that being said,
you'll be fine.
Drink a 12-pack of the. Drink a 12-pack of the 6.9% ice house.
You'll be fine, Vanessa. So try the beer out, drink it, enjoy it. Because I've done Stout Sundays with John before in the morning with these strong beers, and I've been fine. So enjoy.
I want people to take notice that I did not advise this woman to drink an 11% ale this time of the morning. That's other people. So
right.
It's Alex's fault.
All right. I just checked my settings. Everything is actually at 480. I think it's just because of the high traffic with YouTube and StreamYard right now. Okay, so we got to go to Mr. Ron Ontario with his Young's Double Chocolate Stout. Next, you have the floor, sir. Go for it.
Okay, thanks. First thing, I checked some website stuff. Primary source, not what people were saying about it, but what the company was saying about it. They add oats. All right. And Challenger hops, they said. So that's interesting. Secondly, EBC, I looked up, means European Brewing Convention. It's a unit for color.
Oh.
The level of, I guess, darkness and lightness in a beer, the color level. So.
Okay.
Like SRM scale here in the States.
I learned something.
Right. I can't. Yeah, whenever I hear those things, I'm like, I got to find out what that means, you know. So we get that coffee cream head. Look at that dark appearance. Whoa. Now, the aroma. I should take my cap off, because I'm the only one wearing a hat. People think I'm being.
Well, Ron, anyway, you always take your hat off when you're doing your reviews anyway.
There's a guy who watches the videos for a long time, huh, Alex?
Yes, I've been friends with you for a while. Yes, that is true, my friend. That is true.
It smells like dark roasted malt. You do pick up chocolate, but it's not as strong as you might think. If you get the Samuel Smith chocolate stout, I think it's a lot stronger in the nose. But it's there. It's all mild. The whole thing is mild. Everything with this beer is mild. You like mildness? This might work for you. And look at the alcohol level, 5.2. That's child's play. Well, I don't mean that literally, but all right.
Cheers.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Well, It's creamy as heck, as you would imagine from the nitro. It has a cream-like flavor. It has a mild chocolate flavor, or if you want to say a low-profile chocolate flavor. So if you're looking to get hit with a big-time chocolate rush, no, it's not going to work out. Let's see. It's mostly, the way I can determine a malty thing with just a back note of chocolate. It's malty. The bitterness units are discussing. It's so low in bitterness. No char, thankfully. Companies can't. Some of these companies can make a dark beep. Hear me say ooh ooh. Medium body and a medium dry finish. And one more thing I'll say is make sure that you listen for the silent E. I like it. If you could have heard it. If you heard any of
I
that,
haven't. Yeah, we heard most of it. I don't know if it was just on my end. I can't ever tell. It was a little choppy
it was
there.
on my Johnny boy. It was on my end as well. He was breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the high. It's not any of our connections. It's just the high traffic this morning.
Okay.
So
give me 20 seconds to just summarize that. 20 seconds. Creamy, low profile chocolate, higher level malt, not bitter, medium mouthfeel, medium dry finish, not burnt. A lot of companies can't make a dark beer without burning it. They didn't do that. So it's very mild. If you're looking for super bold flavors, nah, this ain't gonna work. But mild, low alcohol, relatively low alcohol beer, it's fine. And so that's it. Sorry about the breakup, but like you said, we can't control the internet, you know.
Right. Yeah, I really enjoy that beer. I haven't had it in years, though. I'll have to revisit that one soon. I also really like the Murphy's Irish Stout, which usually is sitting right next to the Young's Double Chocolate on the shelf. I haven't had either one of them in quite some time, so I have to revisit both of those soon.
Murphy's is good.
So Robert's already thinking he likes it, so let's go ahead and get some more details.
When it poured without a head. I've kind of agitated enough to develop a little bit of a head. And with my previous experience with a Holland beer that didn't develop a head, I quickly looked at the date on the cap. We're good. This one was best before for 05/2021. So this is not like the last one, and it doesn't smell rancid, so we're good. But while I was looking down into the beer itself, it's got, coffee develops an oiliness to it. It's got a little bit of oiliness that kind of floats across, or the skim, or the
sheen.
Sheen, that's a good word for it. Yes, that just forms just gently across the top of the glass itself. And it does have the coffee notes. You get the dark malted barley notes in it. You really don't notice much with those. I don't notice much with those two things: the dark, the roasted and malted barley, and the coffee. Those are the two things that are prevalent in the nose right off the bat.
Yep.
But there's not much else behind it. There's a slightly awkward smell I can't put my finger on in the nose till you taste it. Once you taste it, and cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers, Robert.
Cheers, world. Cheers, universe.
It's the sugar that it talks about in here. And what that sugar's doing is I don't know. I know they didn't turn it into a caramel before they put it in there. I think it would have said so. I'm assuming it would have. But I think the sugar with the roasted malts kind of combined to make a caramel note, because it comes across more caramel than it does sugar. It's nice, and it's like a caramel chew, like the little square caramel chews. It's a little bit there, but it's and it flows in with the coffee. You're still getting the coffee on the double shot. That's this. It's prevalent in this. No alcohol content. I have to agree with Alex 100% on that. There is like no alcohol noticeable in this at all. It is it's very drinkable, but it doesn't have a lot of character. It's kind of, it is what it says it is, and it just really doesn't carry a lot of other characteristics beyond that.
Kind of bland, in other words.
Well, I don't want to say bland because it does have great flavor, but it's not taking me on a journey. It's just like, it's like the coffee I grab in the morning when I'm eating my breakfast before I go to work. You know, it's the same thing every day. I know what I get. I know what I expect. There's nothing unusual about it.
Right.
It comes across the same way.
It's like what John Lennon said about It's like what John Lennon said about the Abbey Road album. He said, technically, it's a great album, but it's got no soul. That's what he said.
I want your opinion, Robert. Is it smooth, though? Because what I'm tasting, it's very smooth going down.
Smooth is a very individualistic word. What you might find smooth, I might not. But I'm going to use the word drinkable because of the lack of alcohol. That you do not get any alcohol.
No, you don't.
And you get a lot of coffee, a lot of roasted malts, and that caramel character. And it's very drinkable.
It is possible, but it is possible that because we age these beers, obviously. Well, I've had them since Christmas, but I'm just saying, obviously we've aged the beer, so maybe that's the reason why there's no alcohol to it too. Wow.
That wouldn't come out in that process. Maybe if it was barrel aged, but bottle aging does not reduce alcohol sensation.
Oh.
If it did, I wouldn't taste anything in all these 20 and 18 and 15-year-old whiskeys behind me.
Oh, okay. You're right. Well, that's whiskey. That's not beer.
It's the same. Alcohol is the same, whether you add it to this concoction or that concoction.
I get what you're putting down.
Where are you getting it out?
All right. Well, I'll be very interested to see the two of how your ratings stack up. We'll come back around shortly. We got to go to Michael Kormaroff next, though, with his North Carolina Bear Waters Heavy Cream.
Okay, here it is again to take a look at it. That's what it looks like in the can.
All right.
And there's the bear on the back, 5% from Smoky Mountain, North Carolina. Here's what it looks like in the glass. The head has gone down a little bit, but it's still there. Very thin tan head and very good lacing, and it does retain well. If you swill the beer together, the head comes down. And it's very dark brown. Let me give it a nose. Okay, the nose, you're getting the very dark roasted malts, and that's probably the only thing I'm getting. I don't smell anything else. Let me give it a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. You get the dark roasted malts and the taste as well. It's a milk stout. You're getting the creaminess of it. I noticed on the can they add milk sugar to it, which definitely makes it creamier. And there is a sweetness, but it's not a cloying sweetness. It's more of a mild sweetness. At 5%, it's very drinkable. It does have a little bit of robustness in that the flavors are well integrated together. But I'm not getting any coffee at all. Maybe some mild chocolate in the background, but it's not a primary taste. Mostly the malts that you're getting, and that's the strongest. The creaminess from the milk sugar, and it's very drinkable, but it's balanced, and I'm enjoying it. And I probably, if I had access to getting another can would definitely get it because it's quite good. I'll come back with a number.
All right. Sounds good. So that leaves me with my dirty chai coffee milk stout from Three Taverns Craft Brewery. So it poured jet black. It looked like motor oil when I poured it into the glass. Very thick. Poured with a beige head, which dissipated very quickly. No lacing or nothing really left behind. The aroma, if you've ever had chai tea or chai coffee, those chai spices, you're definitely picking up on that. So some cinnamon. Maybe a little nutmeg in there as well. It's just that generic chai spice that I'm picking up on. A little bit of dark chocolate, some roasted malt in the background, so some nice like toasted bread aromas. It also smells kind of sugary, like it's going to be really sweet. It is a milk stout, so it does have lactose in it. Maybe I'm picking up on some of the lactose. It smells really good. I'm not really getting too much of the coffee. The chai spices are really like that's the dominant aroma that I'm getting. Maybe a little bit of coffee in the background, but not really too strong on the coffee, which is actually a good thing because sometimes coffee can be overpowering and you really don't pick up on other aromas and flavors if there's too much coffee. So it actually smells pretty well balanced. The chai spice, though, if you're not a chai lover, you're not going to like this. I can already tell you that just from the aroma. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Enjoy.
Yeah, cheers, and I like chai, so I would like it.
You would definitely like this then, Robert. Yeah. Very chai forward with that chai spice. Nice and bready in the middle, nice and roasty toasty. So some dark toasted bread notes, not burnt, but very darkly toasted bread. A little bit of dark chocolate as well. The finish with this is a little bitter, but and the IBUs aren't listed. If I had to, I would say maybe between 40 and 50. There is a nice little bitter finish to it. And some of that could be coming from the hints of coffee that I'm getting as well on the finish. But like I said, the coffee kind of takes a backseat to the other flavors with this beer. I definitely am getting some sweetness from the lactose. It does have a creamy mouthfeel as well. You get that with the milk stouts. It just adds that extra layer. You're definitely getting that creamy mouthfeel and that sweetness from the lactose. It's pretty well balanced considering that it's a chai coffee milk stout. It could have really gone over the top and been super in your face with all those flavors. But it's actually pretty well balanced. The body is medium to almost heavy because it is very viscous. But it doesn't drink like an 8% beer. There's no alcohol presence whatsoever with this. You could get into trouble drinking this thinking that it was a 4 or 5%er. But 8% masked exceptionally well. I really like this. It's not for everybody. Obviously, like I said, if you don't like the chai spice component, you're going to absolutely hate this beer because that is really the main thing that you're getting. But it's a very well balanced beer. Not too strong on the coffee, not too sweet, not too bitter. Just enough of everything to keep you interested and keep you going with it. So I'll come back around with a rating here shortly. But yeah, definitely another winner from Three Taverns Craft Brewery.
Johnny Boy, I've never heard of chow.
What's that?
I've never heard of chow coffee, so it must be a new thing because I've never heard of it. So what is chow coffee?
Chai, like it's been around for. You know what? It kind of tastes like gingerbread a little bit. Like if you've ever had a gingerbread cookie, Alex, that's kind of you get.
So wait, it's like so it's kind of like a gingerbread coffee, kind of.
Sort of, yeah. We'll go kind of like that. I'm guessing that was a bunch of coffee or tea that Ron was holding. Some chai spice, something or another.
No, it was a kiss.
Okay. Oh, we're looking at
A track.
My first 8-track was probably 1977. My dad had a van, and I bought 2 that day. I bought Kiss Alive 2, and then I bought The Best of Bread. Those were the first two, only 2 8-tracks I ever bought for myself. Mostly I bought albums, and they're long gone, but they got 8 years ago.
Thanks for the info, Ronald Sutton. I did not know that.
This is a baby.
Maybe one day I could try that beer, Johnny boy. Chai coffee beers. I mean,
right. Maybe, Alex. One of these days, when I come up there to visit you, I'll bring you all kinds of stouts from Georgia.
I know. We'll hang out a couple of days. We'll drink some beers, whatever. And we're gonna have a great time.
Alex, the best way: go to the store and buy you just some chai. I don't care. There's several brands.
I believe me. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Johnny. So
just make you some hot tea with chai, with the chai tea, and then when you get done making the hot tea, I want you to pull it out. Just take a very little sip at first. Then I want you to go back in there. I want you to add either cream would be preferable if you actually had cream, but if you don't, a little bit of milk till it just slightly covers it. You will really like it. Chicago 9, yeah.
Alex, don't shy from the chai.
No, it's good stuff, Alex. You'd really like it.
Because I love my coffee stuff. Now, I'm weird because I will not drink actual coffee, but I'll drink coffee beers. I've said this.
I know it's not beer.
It's not beer. It's not beer.
No, chai is a tea. It's not a coffee, and it's good for you, they say. So
wait a minute. I'm confused. Johnny Boy just said there's chai coffee.
Yeah, well, no, they take coffee and they add chai to coffee as well. But if you buy the chai tea, like I'm trying to tell you,
and beer,
yeah, it's
you can add it to anything, Alex. Vanessa Kitty, that's a good point. Chai actually translates to tea. So chai tea is actually translated to TT.
TT. Wow,
I didn't know that.
That's true though. That's right. Okay, so let's go back around here. Oh, that looks like, was that Elton John?
Elton John. Yeah.
Elton John.
Okay, so we got to go back around. We got a good chat going on too. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We're talking a lot of music stuff today. We got to go back to, let's see, Alex the Beer Master with his Keys Double Shot Espresso Stout. What is going on with that beer, Alex? What are you thinking?
It's pretty good. I also, and I don't know, legendary Robert here will agree with me, but not legendary. But it's kind of somewhat watered down too. But what I get again, yeah, it's a very good beer. I don't know. I just noticed it. Maybe it's just me, but I still like the beer. It's still tasty. It still has great flavor when it comes to the coffee and stuff like that. But I have noticed that the mouth feel is a little watered down. So,
wow.
Either way, I will get it again because it's a very good beer.
Watered down at 11%. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you see that, Robert. Maybe I don't know. I'm just. I don't know.
Before we get to Robert, we got to hear what your rating is. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I know. Well, since it has a great flavor and it has good coffee and it is coffee forward, and I will get this again, I'll probably give this an 88, 89, 90 because it's a very good beer.
Oh.
So Alex,
pick one.
An 89.
Split the difference. Take
88, 89, or 90.
You're right. I'm going to give us an 89 or a 90 beer. Okay. It's a very good beer, and I would give.
Hold on. Is it a B? So if it's very good, then it's going to be 89 because 90 would be excellent in the A range.
Okay, well,
we'll say 89.
I'll just say 89. So almost.
Is that official?
So that's almost excellent.
I actually wrote it.
And I will get this again.
Final answer. Is that your final answer? 89 out of 100.
89, almost excellent. There you go.
All right. Sounds good. Ooh, okay, Jeremy. Rolling Stones. Yeah, one of my all-time favorites. All right, Jeremy with the Founders Porter. What are you thinking, man?
Look at that lacing.
That's a good one there.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm gonna give it a straight up 95. Straight up, hey, it's great. Get it if you've never tried it. If you've never tried it, it's one of the better porters I've ever tried.
Hey, Jeremy, what is it that you have at the Founders? Let me see the bottle. I think I might have already had it.
Just Founders Porter. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good beer. That's a delicious beer. Very good beer.
95.
Yeah, that's a good beer. I love Founders beers. Hell yeah.
Okay. Mr. Terrio, what is the rating going to be for the Young's Double Chocolate Stout today?
Ooh,
talking about Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Yeah, Paul McCartney and Wings.
Yep.
In fact, I got
talking about Bachman. Got a nice little 8-track collection. Talking about Bachman Turner Overdrive. I went to see them live once, and I was on the 4th row.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. That's
4th row, and they were saying you ain't seen nothing yet, and I was like, wow.
Did you hear the history behind that song? Real quick. He wrote that song as a joke because his brother stuttered, and he told him one time, "You ain't seen nothing yet like that." And they were joking in the studio and playing it, and the producer said, "What's that song?" He said, "It's not gonna be on the album." He said, "No." He said, "It's a joke song. I'm just making fun of my brother." And they said, "That's a hit. We're recording that song," and it was a hit. It was just a joke song. Yeah.
Then he started stuttering. He was like, "Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet."
He was making fun of his brother.
That's funny. Wow. Kind of like Leonard Skinner with that "Turn It Up," where he was just in the studio telling the guy in the sound room, "Turn it up."
Right.
The sound was too. Kept it. All right. William Kepley would know about that. Well,
there she goes.
Oh.
Well, you could see my score in my gulp. I'll say about 93. It's an A. I mean, it's a novelty beer. I know that. I get it. It's a novelty beer. But I'm a sucker for novelty products, so what the heck?
I wouldn't say it's a novelty beer, really. I mean, it's something that I think is pretty standard from where it comes from.
I don't know, like
I mean, you know, everybody has their idea. Novelty beers to me are peanut butter porters. That's a novelty beer.
We're live.
So anyway, so what did you say again?
Audrey? Was that Audrey coming in?
95?
93.
93, I'm sorry. Okay. I have that on album.
Yeah, great album.
That's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these I have, like I said, after I spent that money on the 8-tracks within a year, both of them was 8 by my dad's 8-track player. I never bought another 8-track. There's no value to that. All right. I will say I don't find this beer watery. I think maybe Alex, due to the lack of alcohol, honestly, I detect no alcohol on this at all.
There's no alcohol. You're correct on that.
And I think that probably is making you feel like it's a little watery. I'm not going to say it's a full-bodied beer. It is a little thinner than normal.
Right. That's what I mean by water.
It's not watery by any means. I'm going to give it a 90. Give it a 92 for the simple fact I want a little bit more variations and flavors going on, and that's a stickler for me, I guess, because I really downgrade beers or stouts when they just bring you 2 or 3 flavors. They can deliver them great. It delivers them great, which keeps it in the 90s. But I'd like to have some transitions or something to help it carry it a little bit further over the edge than what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a credible.
Yeah.
But Robert, as you know, though, I do like the beer, though.
No, I like the beer too, Alex. I'm not saying we don't like the beer. I'm just explaining why I'm giving it the grade I am.
Yeah, it could be better, right?
Yeah.
I want your opinion. Do you think there should be better alcohol? Because maybe there should be a little bit of alcohol in it.
No, it's not the alcohol, Alex. They could have maybe varied a couple of different ways. They added a couple of different ways. They roasted their malts together. They could have did things that we don't know what they do. So there's things, maybe added a couple of different types of hops in there to kind of maybe bring some other flavors out that'll help develop it more. I'm not a brewer, so I can't really speak to the process, but I know a little bit about it because I watch Brian's channel on that. But it's just it's just missing that little something that I think it keeps it from being really, really good.
Now, would you get it again? No, because I would get it again just to drink.
I wouldn't get it again, and it's not because it's bad. It's just because I would rather spend the money I spent on that to try something different and new. It's not
something new, absolutely.
Which we will be doing in the next few days or more. The coffee thing. This will be a good beer as well. Now, is it? But we don't need to get into this now. We'll get into it afterward. But
yeah.
It's
like in theory, I would buy all of the A and B rated beers that I've had over the years. In theory, I would buy them again because they're excellent and good products.
True that.
But there's so many beers out there that we haven't tried that you really want to buy something that you've already had before, or would you rather spend it on something new? Unless you're in that like upper 5% where we're talking about the Bourbon Counties and the CBSs of the world, or the brewery, bakery, coconut macaroons.
Outside that beer's, I don't care if it's
that's 100. That's 100 out of 100 right there.
Yeah,
that's one of the best stouts I've ever had.
Well, like I said, Johnny boy, I would get this again just to drink. I have other beers that I need to try. So yes, I would just.
All right, I would buy this beer again because I think it's a good beer. But will I actually buy it again? Nah, I'll buy something different. Try something new. All right, so we still have to go to Michael with his. I'm dying to know what his rating is for that North Carolina Bear Mountain Stout.
If you take a look
Bear
at
water.
Take a look at the glass, and I have one sip left. The lacing is still on the side, which is a good sign.
It's not a sip; it's like a
half a sip. Okay.
He saved it though.
I'm gonna give it a 90. I'm gonna give it a 93. I guess if in this type beer with milk sugar added, what you'd probably like it to be maybe a little bit more, have a little bit additional taste maybe from another element, kind of what Robert's saying too. But with 5% alcohol, it probably has less of the ability to do that. Maybe you could add an extra hop in it, but then you're afraid maybe it counters some of the hops you already have. So everything that they're advertising, the fact it's heavy cream, they're providing that. So, and at 5%, it's very drinkable and it's good. To get into the higher A ranges, though, would have to have more depth to me. And that's, it lacks depth a little bit, but it's still a 93, so it's still an A beer.
Right. Okay. Really quick, I want to go to the chat. There's a question for everybody, and this is a good question. Is there anybody I don't personally have a staple in my fridge. I drink a lot of different stuff. I rarely have more than a few of the same beers. When I do buy like a macro or something that, where I buy in bulk, usually it's like PBR or Old Milwaukee, something cheap. It's sessionable and easy drinking that I can keep in my fridge without having to spend a bunch of money. That would be my answer.
Answer,
I got Keystone Ice.
Sorry,
Keystone Ice. Yeah, that's
Dos
$18 for 30 pack, $17.99.
Dos Equis for Jeremy.
Yeah,
that's a good choice.
Michael's got like Bourbon County verticals lined up, ready to go. That's
It would be a lot of fun to do that someday.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I would need
my answer is that I'm sometimes you'll catch regular beers in the fridge, but most of the time it's craft beer. But if I don't want to drink just craft beer and I feel like just drinking regular beer with my YouTube friends, it would be like Coors Banquet or Coors Extra Gold, something that you can enjoy and not worry about reviewing. Even though
Nice.
I'll have enough
Extra
food.
Gold, Alex. You need to do a review of the Extra Gold. Most people can't get that, so you have the fact that you're able to get that. That's kind of cool. You should do a review of
Johnny
it.
boy, you can get it as well, Johnny boy.
No, I cannot. Not the Extra Gold. Not the Extra Gold.
Oh,
Really?
Wait a minute. I forgot. You got the Extra Gold from legendary William Kempley. That's how you got the Extra Gold.
No. Actually, I got the Extra Gold from legendary Jojo Pesamato.
I don't know who that is.
Jojo.
Alex, he's been on. He's been on our broadcast before.
You know him. If you saw him, you'd recognize him.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about from Joe from Beer Patrol?
No, I'm talking about JoJo's Cider Reviews and More. You're subscribed to his channel.
I think I'm subscribed to him. Yeah, I remember him now.
He's in Massachusetts.
Yep.
I remember him now.
What happens when you get too famous? You don't remember all the people.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to all these YouTubers. I'm not famous, but you forget.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Well, JoJo left his home in Tucson, Arizona. All right.
So I still have to give my rating here.
John's number to be added to complete.
So my number, there's a lot of very similar scores today. Alex actually was the lowest score with his 89, but still a great beer, B+. I'm going along with Michael and Ron. Mine is just getting into the solid A. I'm going with a 93 out of 100. If I was more of a chai person, I'd probably give it a little bit higher. But if you're a chai tea person or a chai, if you like that chai spice flavor, the best way to describe it really, like we were talking earlier, is probably like a gingerbread cookie, something like that. If you really like that flavor and you like stouts and you combine the two together, you might give it a 98 out of 100, and I wouldn't fault you for that. But for me, 93 out of 100, definitely in the A range though. One other complaint. Not enough head. I had a little bit more carbonation, a little bit more head retention, but it's still an excellent beer.
That was the same with our beer too, Johnny boy. Me and Roberts, we didn't have no head. There was no head at all.
Right.
No. And it sent a paranoid bad thought down the back of my skull when I seen that.
Wait a minute. Let me guess. You thought the beer was bad.
No. Michael was there for that, and so was Ron when I opened that damn beer that was rancid.
I remember that. I watched that one. I was like, wow.
Well, thank you, God, that it was a beer that you enjoyed now and not rancid. Because, like you said,
if I would have been smarter and looked at the damn date and figured out where the date was, I would have never opened the beer.
But wait a minute, Robert. Wasn't it a stout though? Because a stout's not supposed to be ranted. It's supposed to be.
Oh, it was ranted. Trust me.
It was ranted.
Yeah, but because it could have been.
Don't know, Alex. Some of these beers. Oh my goodness!
It had so much gunk in the bottom of the bottle. They could actually see it through the camera when I held it to the camera.
Wow. So what did it taste like? Obviously, this is a while ago.
I took one sip and it was rancid. That's all I can really tell you. It's like sour milk on super steroids.
I think I'll stay away from that beer until I get
Tastes like buttermilk.
No, I like buttermilk. This was beyond anything buttermilk.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I agree, Robert. If you let me know if the beer is good next time, then I'll get it. But until then, I am not getting that beer.
Just pay attention to your dates. I did not.
So, guys,
Yes, Johnny boy.
Before we go off air here, I want to, because we're going on 50 minutes, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Before we go off air, I want to go ahead and give a few plugs. We've got Bumpy's Multi Monday tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central. The topic is barrel-aged stouts. I will try to attend that because barrel-aged stouts are like my all-time favorite beers. We've also got Topical Tuesday, I believe, on Ron Ontario's channel, Louisiana Beer Reviews, for anybody that wants to join that. Wednesday night is Wildcard Wednesday on Ron's channel, Louisiana Beer Reviews, as well at 7:20 Eastern, 6:20 Central. And then Thursday is the tournament on William Kepley's channel. What's the ABV? He is back, and we are doing the consolation round for third place between Miller High Life and Budweiser. And then on Friday, on Alex's channel, you've got Food Fridays. And Alex, have you already picked what's the food for Friday?
Well, actually, the time has changed for this moment. It is 7 o'clock every Friday now for right now. But the topic is pidanadas. You know those little
empanadas. That's right.
Thank you, Johnny
Empanadas.
Boy. Thank you, Johnny Boy. You got it. So 7 o'clock has changed.
All right. I love empanadas. Really good dish. Meat pies for anybody that doesn't know what an empanada is.
Johnny Boy, you gotta understand. I started these empanadas from my brother-in-law's mom and dad because they make the stuff. It is delicious. I'm thinking what they're probably gonna do is get me my niece is gonna help me make it. She's going to help me make the cheese one and also the one with the sugar has no cheese on it. And it's delicious.
Right. Sut's in the chat. Malty Monday is on Bumpy Road Brewery. It's on his channel. Yeah, if you're not already aware, you can type in Bumpy Road Brewery and that'll take you to his channel. Just a big, burly, bald guy. He's not as cool as me. He's the other bald beer reviewer, but much less cool than me.
Just look up Bumpy Road Brewery. Just look up Bumpy Road Brewery on YouTube. And
he's not as cool. He's cool, but he's more intelligent. It's a trade-off.
Thank you, Ron. All right. Okay. Anybody have any other final comments before we go off air here?
My comment is that thank you, Johnny Boy, for letting me join, and I'm hoping I'll have more stouts in the future to join again. Because, I've only done it maybe 2 or 3 times with you, Boy, on your channel. And I really enjoy it.
I know. Yeah, you've been last 2 weeks you've joined, so that's cool. Glad you could make it. Thanks, of course, to everybody in the chat. We wouldn't be here without you guys. We had a great chat today. And, of course, to my illustrious panel. Had a full panel today. That's great. Ron, did you have something else you wanted to say?
Ron?
Yes. I was just joking about the intelligence.
Oh, I know. I'll only cry about it for a little bit.
Hey, Ron, do you have any show and tell? Because sometimes
you don't have to say that, Ron. We understood.
I've never done a formal evaluation.
Ron, do you have anything to show and tell? Because I know you like to do that sometimes, my friend. Appreciate you.
He's been showing 50,000.
Been showing and telling for the last 20 minutes.
I'm talking about beers and stuff. I'm talking about beer coming up, or legendary Robert.
He had me until he had B-52s up there, and I gag reflex engaged just a little.
That's because you are a communist.
But
all right.
Ron, do you have any beers to show everyone? There you go.
Cooper's
Here is. You know what? I have a lot of B-52 albums. And, anyway.
I don't care.
Anyway, Cooper's, but they can get on your nerves after a while. All right, Cooper's Craft. This is a quizzical product. It's got me a little confused, but I have to say, in my Dawn Busters Taste Challenge,
and hold it still so I can actually read it. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Okay, I couldn't read that as.
I might get that DB Cooper.
Okay, I seen it.
Yeah, DB Cooper. I didn't jump out there, but it's a strange product, and I gave it a B when I did my solos, so I was a little confused. But I have to say that the score has been going maybe up. But wow. I've gotten it right in the taste challenges so far. I've gotten it correct. So I've been very excited about this. I've been doing Dawn Busters 4 days a week, and what else to say about this? It's an interesting product. It's Brown Forman, and I would recommend it. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I got it on sale. It's normally $23 a bottle, but I bought it at Mathern's for $9.99.
Nice.
That's great.
Good
$9.99.
All right.
Yordi, hold on. Nina Yordi couldn't be more wrong. I'm not a Talking Heads guy. Trust me on that one. I am not.
Talking Heads.
I thought you was more than a Duran Duran.
Actually, I would be more of a either one of those.
What is this? Pick on Robert Day? Is this a new holiday?
It's all right. I can handle it. Oh.
Nina Yordi,
All
if you
right.
want to rock, join Rock and Roll Club on Facebook. Which is
Okay,
my-
guys. So now we're really about to take this off air. Okay. So once again, thanks to everybody on the panel. We had a full panel. Awesome Stout Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You know who you are. We really appreciate you. We wouldn't
All
be here
the
without you.
mothers.
Everybody's got a mother. Thanks to the great chat today. Really good conversation going on in the chat. And we will see you all on the next one. Until then, everybody stay stout, as Jeremy says in the chat, and cheers.
Cheers.
Here's everybody.
Stay safe out there.
Mine is done.
Stay safe and don't stay at home. All right. Thank you.